What's up, people? This is Phil Thornton, proud board member, co-host of the museum's podcast, State of Black Music. I have the distinct pleasure and honor to sit next to me, one of the most promising and one of my favorite hip-hop artists of this generation. To my left, Cordae.
Appreciate y'all for having me. Thank you.
So Cordae, we sitting inside the National Museum of African American Music here in Nashville, Tennessee. You just did a brief tour. Like, what did you think?
It was dope, for lack of a better word. It was very dope. I tell you what, I'm sure y'all giving the Country Museum a run for its money.
Yeah, they're block over. They're block over. Yeah,
for sure. But it's very dope, very immersive. Now I wish I just had more time, but it was very. I'm definitely gonna come back sometime. But from what I've seen, everything was extremely high level. So
how do you feel this museum, this institution will impact not only African Americans but just people in general?
Probably just give people more of an understanding of like the history behind music and why music sounds the way it does today, and how this person was influenced by this person, and going all back to the origins of everything.
Speaking of, I'm speaking into existence, and I know you were nominated for 2 Grammys on the Lost Boy album, right?
Yes, sir.
So I'm speaking into existence on this record from a bird's eye view. You're gonna get Grammy nods, right?
Yes,
so
sir.
Instant classic.
Yes, sir.
So I want to talk about this classic. How many of y'all heard?
Y'all can clap for that, by the way.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm gonna clap.
But I mean, the album from start to finish. And the thing is, I think you may have tweeted or put it on Instagram about don't let it shuffle, like listen to it from start to finish in the exact order. And I did that the first time around.
Thank you.
So, I mean, you got everybody to see. I'm going off the top of the dome. Stevie's on there, Gunna's on there, Weezy, Lil Wayne's on there, Herb, Dirk, who else I'm missing? Eminem, Roddy Ricch. Take me through what was the mindset going into recording, this album? Because, oftentimes people that have a successful debut will feel the pressure and, not understand, like, where do I even start? And you took, roughly 2 years in between records. What was your mindset going into this new project?
It was 2.5 years. Honestly, I can't even tell you, because I started this album probably like October 2019. Like, I recorded a verse for somebody the day my album dropped, the day The Lost Boy dropped. I was still literally recording new songs. And I think the start of the new year of like 2020 kind of gave me it, more so the start of the pandemic, I would say, where I really started making the album, if you would. And I really didn't think it was any pressure, because I know what I could have done to have made the first album better, and so I just wanted to give myself room to grow as an artist and to get better. So just I didn't really feel any pressure, honestly.
But I got to tell you, one of my favorite lyrics, and I'm reading because I don't want to mess this up. Last year I made $7 million, didn't have to do a single fucking show.
We can curse, right?
Yeah, we cursing here.
All right, this is a museum. I ain't know,
No.
what I'm saying?
We cursing here.
Okay,
cool.
cool.
We curse. But I had that lyric. I had to just it was such a flaw, but it also was so real. But it also showed even your transparency. This album as a whole. I just got to say, last year I made $7 million, didn't have to do a single fucking show. That's incredible.
Thanks.
I just had to say it.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
But let's talk about Chronicles.
Okay.
Tell me how that came about with her and Dirk.
Let me see. I think Boy Wonder, he produces a lot for Drake. Very dope producer, very high level. He sent over that beat, and I probably held on to it for like a couple of months. And then one day I was in my bathrobe. Literally, I could have a studio in my house. And so I'm just in the robe with my drawers, and that's how I make most of the music. My bad if I was just TMI, but I just like to be comfortable. But so I just in there, and I think music, I just felt the melody coming in, and I think melody is extremely important in music. It always has been, especially now. Even in rap music, it's still melody driven, and it was just really that beat wrote itself, if that makes sense.
I mean, even speaking of just melody and just music and singing, you harmonizing a little bit on this album too, which I don't know if people know that you had that side of you that you could, because again, most people just knew the rapping side, but you can also kind of sing, would you say?
I wouldn't call myself a singer. Like the people
rapper
y'all
that
got,
can sing.
Let me say this: the people y'all got in this museum, they can sing. Like You know, like Mariah Carey, you know, Beyonce, they can sing. I understand, and as an artist, I have a high level respect of all artists in all different type of facets. So I know people that can sing to where they can hit different falsettos, different baritones, runs. I can harmonize well. I know melody, but singing, that's like a whole nother echelon, you know. But I say that to say, just harmonizing, like, you know, hip hop and music in general is just melody driven because that's just the purest form of emotion. Sometimes, you know, when you rapping, try to be cool, try to be, you know what I'm saying? But harmony, you're able to just get that full, authentic, transparent self. Because even when you can't say the words, sometimes the melody be saying more than the words, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Yeah, sometimes the melodies say more than the words.
And I gotta acknowledge, because I know you've been very vocal about the journey, whether it be weight loss, whether it was the time you stopped drinking, whether it was you stopped smoking, even abstain from sex for a year. But like, what was the motivation? I mean, that takes hella discipline. Yeah,
I was like 19 at the time. And I was just like, I just wanted to focus and lock in on what I had to do. And those are my three biggest distractions, you know what I'm saying? As a 19-year-old, sex, weed, and alcohol, you know? Still to this day, we all divulge in these things. You know, I ain't perfect, but I was just like, you know what? I'm going to challenge myself. Like I said, I was 19, so that was, 4 years ago? And I was just like, man, I'm going to just challenge myself to try to go a year without all of these things. And, you know, I backslid a little bit, but, you know, I'm human.
We all human.
For Shelsky.
Yeah. So tell me, like, I mean, you learned a lot, obviously, from album 1 to album 2. I want to talk about High Level.
Yeah.
And your new company. Can you tell us about High Level? Give it up for High Level.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, High Level is a company that we're just trying to have a home for all creatives, whether it be creative directors, lighting techs, you know, singers, songwriters, producers, anybody, videographers, anybody that's creative. And we just want to place a team behind artists, because a lot of the time artists don't lack the talent, they don't lack the story, they just lack the proper team that has like the Rolodex, the relationships, and just a little bit of knowledge on how to maneuver and to make the most out of every situation within this space of entertainment.
So going from album 1 to now, I mean, and you started, you know, obviously High Level is your company. What would you say is the biggest lesson you've learned on the business side of things?
Business wise, I'm still learning lessons, to be honest, man. Like, I don't want to sit up here and act like I have all the answers, you know, for artists. But the biggest lesson that I've personally learned is just stay on top of everything. You know, I'd rather and build a mastermind alliance. You know, it's all about building a team, whether it's people around you, whether it's people in, you know, your local areas, whether it's anybody. Just try to build a mastermind alliance and having a talent for recognizing talent, if that makes sense. Like, okay, this friend of mine is extremely organized, well thought out, they plan well, then maybe this should be like my manager. This person is, you know, just creating a mastermind alliance full of like-minded individuals is what's most important. So knowing how to build a team and work with a team. Because when, you know, I think that's in Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, is, you know, when 2 or more minds are all in a conglomerate and collaborative effort, you know, magic starts to happen.
Absolutely. I want to talk to you about this life-changing trip you had recently to Africa. I know you went to Africa some time ago. How was that?
It was fly, man. I guess fly isn't the right word, but it was fly, actually. But, you know, being in Egypt, Cairo, Kemet, Nubia was very dope. Seeing the Valley of Kings, being in Ghana was extremely dope. Going to, you know, Cape Coast Castle, amongst all these things, just being out there, you know, in the motherland. Just being around our people in the air just hit different. It's kind of like, not to sound like Nas off Belly, but it's the truth. He was like, yo, man, the air is different out here, man. Like the sun is like, it's a true thing. So I loved it out there.
Speaking of Nas, you and I, that's absolutely one of my favorite top 5.
Yeah, for sure.
It Was Written, one of your favorites of Nas, I would say, right?
For sure.
So other top 5, I know in my research I saw you had Nas. This is top 5 rappers dead or alive, and tell me this is still the case. Nas, Jay-Z, Tupac, Notorious B.I.G., and Big L. Is that still the case?
Nah, I think it switched because I realized like those are a lot of my earlier influences, but I don't know if I'm still listening to Big L every day. But you know, influence-wise, he has a lot of. I got a lot of my style from Big L, but I would say like Nas, Kanye, Jay-Z. Got to put Drizzy Drake up there. Niggas don't be wanting to give Drake his credit. That nigga Drake is nice. Got to put Kendrick, and yeah, that's my 5.
You got a dream musical collaboration, like somebody, any genre, don't just limit it to hip hop, because you, like everybody knows Cordae listens to a variety. You got Stevie Wonder on your album.
For sure.
Stevie's on the album, by the way, if you don't know, and you did another record with Stevie even before that, a while back.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
But give me your dream collaboration.
Dead or alive?
Yeah, you can bring somebody back from the dead.
right.
Let's go.
We
just gonna play. We're just dreaming right now. We dreaming.
Yeah, can I dream? Shit, you know. Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye would be dope. I think that'd be tight. Him just having a hook and I'm just rapping on it. I think that'd be tight.
Wow.
And he from DC too, so we
from the same
area.
Virginia over here, so DMV.
Say less.
Okay. Yeah. You've toured around the world. Do you have a favorite place that you've been so far?
Place in the world to perform or just
perform.
Honestly, probably somewhere in Europe, because they just like the U.S. crowds are good too, but in Europe they're just different. Like they just love to turn up. They're just like blessed, because I think it means a lot to them that you travel so far to come performing from them. So the energy is just different. Not to say I don't like Nashville or nothing, but
yeah.
I don't want to lie to you guys. You know what I'm saying?
On the current project, I mean, is it Want From Me? You there's a line that says mustard seed. You talk about the Birkin bag,
yeah,
and talk to your accountant,
yeah,
and the lyric after is about mustard seed, faith move mountains. Mm-hmm. Talk about your faith.
Yeah, mustard seed, faith move mountains. You got to have a belief in a higher power. You know, I believe in God and Jesus, and I don't want to throw my religion on everybody else. But I want to say you just have to believe in something bigger than yourself, more so. I think that's what's most important. And just having faith in yourself, you know. God made man and woman in his image, so we all got a little bit of God in us. So I think just having faith in yourself, just believing in yourself, honestly, like that mustard seed, faith and determination, and, you know, all these other words that people throw around, but it's a true thing, just having faith and belief in yourself.
So talk to us, high level, 5 years from now, what do you want to see for your company, High Level?
I want to sign a multitude of like platinum artists, a bunch of successful producers. I want us to open like a rec center back home where I'm at, like a high level rec center to where kids are able to hoop, you know, play whatever sport they want, record music, paint, do whatever, just to open like a creative center back home where I'm from. And just provide opportunities. I want to employ 2,000 people in 5 years, 2,500 black people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell us something that people might not know about Cordae. I'm just curious. Like one thing.
That y'all don't know about me?
Yeah, that you don't. That we can't Google, can't find out, just some crazy shit that we like, whoa.
I love South Park. That's my show. I don't know, that was random. I was just watching South Park this morning, so that's what I love, South Park.
Any closing thoughts?
I love South Park.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Cordae.